Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Alpha TV. We're about to go live now on YouTube. Please share this Zoom link to your friends and colleagues. We'll start about 7 o'clock. Thank you. All right. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Alpha TV, making you significantly better. I'm tonight's host. My name is Roel, and tonight we'll be joining with our very special guest. But before that, let me just share you our sponsors for tonight. Of course, this episode won't be possible with the support of our partners. We have IXL Online CIE Review Center. Get an additional 500 pesos off if you are a graduate of any Alpha Premium program. IXL CIE Review Center, Startup Podcast PH, and Tuos, the first Filipino cloud-based analytics platform. Get your free 90-day trial offer. Just visit the website alphatuos.com for more updates. And tonight, let me introduce you our guest for tonight. He got his PhD in Industrial Engineering at De La Salle University, Manila, Masters of Science in Industrial Engineering, also at De La Salle University Gokongwei College of Engineering Graduate School, Bachelor of Science in Industrial Engineering, also at De La Salle University, a faculty at Industrial and Systems Engineering Department, Thesis Research Coordinator at Gokongwei College of Engineering, Department of Industrial and Systems Engineering, De La Salle University, Manila. And he is also a recipient of several awards, to name a few. And one of that is DOST ERDT Scholarship Awardee, MDPI recipient of Editor's Choice Articles, Effective Design Analysis of Explainable Artificial Intelligence, and recently a recipient of Gawad Siliksik Awardee, honored by De La Salle University, Manila. Everyone, please help me welcome our guest for tonight, Dr. Ezekiel Bernardo. Good evening, Dr. Ezekiel.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. Welcome po to Alpha TV. And
Yeah,
I'll give you the floor na po.
Okay. Sige, let me open my slides lang. Here. Okay, ayan. All right, everyone. Good evening. Thank you again for inviting me here as Lex PH. So, for tonight, I'll be talking about a field wherein sobrang intact yung research ko. So, way back from college up to mag-PhD ako, this is the field that I actually been part of, and right now is still looking on answering some questions. And in this talk, goal ko is to share what I've learned throughout the years, and right now, ano yung understanding ko with the role of AI in ergonomics. Okay? So again, good evening, everyone. So just a short introduction, although I was introduced already. So you can call me Zeke Bernardo. I'm an industrial and systems engineer by trade, also a researcher. Um, in terms of work, I'm a technology innovation SME for different companies and organization. I also do total quality management as a coach, and syempre, educator ako in De La Salle University. Some of my notable siguro educational background that will believe you that what I am telling right now is actually true is that I earned my PhD degree in industrial engineering in De La Salle University. I have a specialization course of design thinking in HEC Paris, and I have a certificate in iterative process modeling in MIT. So I was invited in this talk, and actually I'm not sure ano ba yung magandang i- i-talk about, okay? Kasi first, una, hindi ko alam kung ano ba yung field na maiintindihan ng lahat. Second, I was asked na parang meron kasing 4 pillars yung Ask Lex PH na yun yung gusto natin pag-usapan. And upon pondering, naisip ko na, okay, why not talk about the general idea of ergonomics? Kasi ito yung term na medyo hindi alam ng lahat, pero actually parating kailangan natin. Okay? So, in formulating the slides, actually I asked many people. Some of them are my students, colleagues, and even random people na nakasalubong ko on the way to work. So I asked them, ano po yung pagkakaintindi nyo with ergonomics? Okay? Kasi ako, personally, during my college years, nung first time ko na-encounter yung word, actually, hindi ko talaga siya maintindihan. So, in my survey, so tinanong ko lang sila, and ito yung top results. So, nung narinig nila yung ergonomics, ang pumasok sa kanila, this is a gaming chair. Parang brand daw ng gaming chair, or kaya naman it's a term that describes gaming chair, which is roughly correct naman. So 90% of them actually told me na yun nga, gaming chair and gaming table. Next is, another naman is yung stand desk. Standing desk is medyo naging famous siya during this pandemic and most of them parating sinasabi kasi usually yung branding din daw ng standing desk similar to the chair is ergonomic daw siya. Next naman, and medyo na-confuse ako, others actually told me na it's all about economics or money. So, nung iniisip ko, baka kasi katunog niya yung economics or kaya naman medyo jargon siya, nagmumukhang economic inclined or sa government daw ginagamit. Meron din nagsabi na this is a medical term. Actually, I was confused. Sinabi nila na ito daw ay isang sickness or kaya naman isang disease. So, di ko alam kung ano bang disease yun nakatunog ng ergonomics pero yeah, may nagsabi ng ganun. Next naman is all about correct measurement. So, most of my students actually ito yung sinabi nila na when we talk about ergonomics, this is putting up a protractor or kaya naman measuring it through laser pointer, then identifying whether this is correct or not. So, again, correct measurement daw. Pero wala pa siyang parang laman on ano yung dapat i-measure. Next naman is all about movement. So, well, when we talk about ergonomics, there are some points wherein we're gonna talk about movements. Pero I was confused kasi akala nila this is type of a dance. Parang ganun daw. Then there are also people that actually mentioned the body pain. And some of them, sinabi nila, because nung parang nanonood daw sila ng YouTube video about Cairo, so narinig daw nila body pain. So medyo pwede rin naman. And lastly, around 20% mentioned that this is about electronic organs. So like yung mga cyborg daw, or kaya naman kapag na-amputate ka, lalagyan ka ng hands or legs. So doon daw nila naririnig yun. Well, ako, nung student ako, personally, nung sinabi na yung course daw namin will be ergonomics, hindi ko alam kung ano siya. Akala ko this is a similar with the other people na nagsabi na measurement. So akala ko magsusukat-sukat lang kami parate. Wherein medyo nandun pero hindi yun yung kompleto. So let me define first ergonomics. Pero I'm gonna use the formal political definition of ergonomics. So ergonomics came from a Latin word where can we divide it as ergon and nomics. So ergon or ergo is all about work and nomics is about laws. So combining the two, we're going to have a definition. So this is a definition coming from International Ergonomics Association. So this is a scientific discipline concerned with the understanding of interactions among humans and other elements of the system. So humans and other elements of the system. Kanina may nagsabing gaming chair. So mukhang tama kasi that is part of the system wherein humans is involved. Standing desk, nandun din siya. And yung movement, nandun, and body pain. Pero when we talk about humans and other elements of the system, well, pwede bang ganito? Pwedeng kausap ba natin or like yung mga workmates natin, yung ka-share natin ng table sa Jollibee or whatsoever, considered ba sila? Another thing, kapag ba we're working as a team, nandun pa rin ba yung term na ergonomics doon? Third is the workstation that you are having on. So, kunwari nasa room ka, meron kang table, may laptop ka, well, ergonomics din ba yun? And lastly, nasa concert ka, sobrang ingay, sobrang parang mainit, or kaya naman ang lakas-lakas ng lights. So, is that ergonomics also? Well, yes. Kasi ergonomics is about humans and in its system. So, hindi siya limited with a table or just a gaming chair. This is everything that the human is belonging to. So, lahat ng kasama niya sa system na yon, whether simple table lang yon, simple chair lang yon, or kaya naman your laptop, your keyboards, everything, pasok siya din sa definition ng ergonomics. So, we can also divide ergonomics into three. So we have physical ergonomics, cognitive ergonomics, and organizational ergonomics. Physical ergonomics is yung pinakamadaling intindihin. So this is all about working posture, material handling, movements, or kaya naman all about MSDs or yung mga sakit nyo, either sa back, sa lower back, sa upper back, lahat yun. So physical is anything na belongs sa system, pero nakikita mo siya, nahawakan mo siya, or actually nakakapag-interact ka dun. Next naman is cognitive. When we talk about ergonomics, we're not limited to physical kasi. We also have the ability to think. to decipher or to make decisions. So this is the cognitive aspect of ergonomics. So yung mga nafe-feel mo when doing things, yung stress, yung emotions, everything, nandun siya sa cognitive. Next naman is organizational. So ito yung mga lesser known idea of ergonomics. So this is about communication, management, design of the processes or different setups, community ergonomics, cooperative work, and marami pang iba. So technically, this three is the realm when we talk about ergonomics. It can be physical thing na parang pwede mong hawakan, pwede mo siyang gamitin. Cognitive naman is yung nagiging damage sa'yo or kaya naman ito yung nafe-feel mo. And organization naman is how you interact with other people. Lahat ng finash kong pictures kanina, nagpo-fall sila dito sa tatlong to. So, ngayon naman, ang question is, ang dami kong sinabi about ergonomics pero gumagana ba siya? Parang promising kasi. Sabi parang this is a physical ergonomics with mga gaming chair. So technically parang lesser pain. Yung standing desk daw siguro lesser strain sa legs. Tapos meron pa tayong mga workstation na maganda daw, complete yung table mo, reachable and everything. Pero the question is, nag-work ba siya? Ito yung question na binato ko sa sarili ko dati before I pursue my MS and my PhD. Talaga bang nag-work? So upon looking on different literature, ito lang yung napili ko. Okay? So this is a 2023 report stating that after institutioning ergonomic interventions, business report a 43 reduction in MSDs or ito yung parang sakit sa likod among workers. So ako, yung problem ko dito, and nung iniisip ko, well, 43% reduction is a good thing, diba? May na-solve tayong problem. Pero for me, bakit kaya 43% reduction lang? So, yun yung question na parati kong iniisip. Bakit hindi niya kayang i-complete, i-solve lahat? Bakit limited? So, yung answer ko dito, yes. Okay? 43, yes. Pero, is that complete? Well, looking on the idea of ergonomics kasi, parang ganito siya. There will be a consultant and there will be a person having a problem. Sasabihin niya, ito po yung problem ko, ito yung nararamdaman ko. So, yung person or yung consultant natin will actually do their parang thing to measure yung mga physical, siguro dito, tables and chairs or yung screens. So, usually ganyan yung nangyayari. Parang kailangan kasi may ample distance between you and your monitor para daw walang eye strain, para hindi rin ka naka-look down, para hindi masakit sa leg, yung upper back mo hindi rin daw sasakit. Similar sa keyboards, yung mga ganyan. Yung picture naman sa right is measuring yung extent ng reach na ginagawa ng person because, as you know, medyo strenuous yan gawin. Then, isa pa sa nakikita ko in ergonomics is, well, in order for you to make judgment, kailangan mo mag-answer na ganitong worksheet and sobrang tedious yung gawin. Like, for example, this is a RULA or Rapid Upper Limb Assessment. So dito, titignan niya yung placement ng neck mo, ng hands mo, ng torso mo. And from that, mag-create siya ng points and dun ka lang magkakaroon ng recommendation. So, mahirap siyang gawin. So, yung 43% na yun, habang iniisip ko, nag-make sense kasi mahirap siyang gawin eh. Then, looking on the intervention. So, these are some of the intervention na parang pinopromote na parang ito daw, lesser strain sa hands, sa wrist, or kaya naman yung sa posture mo when sitting on this type of chair, it will be better. So, nag-make sense. 43%, I mean, using that case only, 43% nasosolve niya kasi hindi madaling gawin. So, I believe that ergonomics, we can do better. There are things na pwede nating improve and marami pa tayong pwedeng gawin. And dito ako pumapasok and similar with my research, dito talaga ako nagpo-fall. I think there should be newer segments of ergonomics or at least how we implement ergonomics. So by the title of this talk, this is all about artificial intelligence or its role in ergonomic evolution. Ergonomics is important. This is the manner that we can actually make things better. The system will be designed based on human characteristics. So maganda siya. Pero medyo mahirap implement. And parang push system siya in a way na people will actually do some things parang they will implement or buy some resources para lang ma-solve yung problem nila. Pero baka hindi naman kasi dapat ganun. So I believe, and again, this is my research also, that artificial intelligence is the way to go. Well, artificial intelligence is all around us. We have cell phones, we have laptops, we have smart televisions, and even appliances now. Kaya na niya mag-function outside sa designated utility niya. Well, actually, right now, we have 8.4 billion AI systems all around us. And as we progress in this space, well, for sure, dadami pa siya. Just imagine that. So, when we talk about ergonomics and we put AI in the system, maybe may ma-unlock tayong iba. Marami tayong masasolve, marami tayong matutulungan, and meron tayong may implement na bago wherein hindi na tayo magiging or at least may hirapan in terms of resources, in terms of expertise, in terms of how to use the processes. So, upon searching, or at least in my research, I believe that there are things that implemented na pero kailangan pa nating pagandahin. So first, let's start with the measurement. So kanina, I told you that in ergonomics, we usually measure things. Like yung chair mo, yung table mo, yung distance mo with the computer, and everything else, minimeasure siya. Well, with artificial intelligence being the computing power of the different sensors, well, pwede siya. For example, this is Upright GoS. So maybe some of you right now habang nanonood sa laptop or even in your phones, nakaslouch kayo. So Upright GoS is a device or at least a sensor that will actually measure or alert you kapag nakaslouch ka. So again, kanina nagbe-measure pa si consultant on how to actually implement like yung chair niya or kaya naman yung keyboard placement. Well, with Upright GoS, automatic siya nag-alert. So, no need to use protractors or at least yung rulers na mahaba para lang mag-measure. Nandiyan na siya. So, in Operate GoS, well, meron siyang companion na application and makikita mo whether tama ba yung posture mo, how long ka nakaganon posture, or at least nasa right track ka ba, improving your posture. Another thing is Kenzen Smart Sensors. So, this is used more of an industrial field wherein like yung mga workers outside, ginagamit nila to measure different things or different parang risk outside their work field. So for example, in this picture, this is a construction worker, suot niya yung Kenzen Smart Sensor, and makikita niya whether yung mga environmental factors ba okay. So this is a dashboard implemented when you buy Kenzen. So yung average core body temperature, yung heat risk distribution, nandyan sila. So even yung parang mga potential environment issues na may measure na. Wherein dati kailangan mo pang mag-set ng thermometer dyan or at least kailangan may nagmo-monitor or may nagsusupervise sa inyo para malaman yan. Pero now, hindi na. Next is this one, yung strong arm fuse. This is similar with the previous one pero mas inclined siya in lifting and measuring yung strain na pinaput up mo when doing physical labor work. Another thing na similar doon is yung kinetic reflex. So in this one, binameasure niya whether yung posture mo ba when lifting things is actually good. Baka kasi ginagamit mo yung back mo rather than your legs or kaya naman yung angle mo or yung inflection mo sa likod mo, well, medyo malala. Another is this one. So this is a thing na medyo natuwa ako. Yeah. So this is Sony Mocopi. So this is a device used to track your body movements. So in ergonomics kasi, as we know, critical yung body movements because in body movements, kapag medyo na-stretch out siya, kapag ginamit mo yung at least yung movements mo is not that perfectly fitted on the reach that you have, magkakaroon ka ng problem. With this device, nalalaman niya whether tama ba yung placement ng katawan mo and most of the time, ginagamit ito ng mga athletes. So in ergonomics, if we implement this one, we can have a real-time tracking of different body movements. So let's say nasa field or kaya naman may minomonitor ka na isang subject, well, right then and then, you know na mali ka agad siya. Hindi mo na kailangan i-measure or kaya naman hindi mo na kailangan tignan talaga siya or i-assess every time. So next naman dito is yung V-Move. V-Move is used to measure yung mga MSDs or yung mga sa skeleton mo. So titingnan natin whether tama ba yung posture mo, nakatilt ka ba. And another thing is this one. This is a motion tracking sensor, the 2M9DOF. So similar doon, didikit mo lang, it's like a sticker. And from then, nalalaman mo na whether tama ba yung positioning ng katawan mo. So, and kanina may pinakita ko sa inyo na parang worksheet. And that worksheet, ina-answer na natin yon. Pero right now, with the use of AI system, or at least yung computing power ng AI, kaya ng compute right then and then. So, in this picture, may makikita kayo na final score of 7. So, in Rula kasi, actually, minimeasure yan, kinocompute yan. There are certain algorithmic patterns na kailangan mo sundin to come up with that score. Pero dito, with a simple picture, snap mo lang with a video, okay na siya. Yeah. Similar to kinetic labs, so ganun din siya. So actually, in my research, we are actually trying to develop this one, fitted for Filipinos. So given that kaya din natin mag-measure, we all have that data na. So with the power of AI, we can now do simulations. Simulations in a sense that yung particular job ng isang tao, no need for them to do it multiple times. We can actually use computer programs to simulate anong ginagawa niya, and by then, malalaman natin whether fitted ba yun for a human to be in. So kunwari yung lifting ng boxes, tama ba na tao yung nagbubuhat nun, or should we use different tools or machines to supplement kung anong ginagawa ng tao? So this is a sample of a real-time assessment. So as you can see, meron siyang mga tracking points, and in those tracking points, nalalaman natin yung associated force niya. So this is something na important because ayaw natin malaman na nandun yung problem kapag masakit na yung likod ng tao. Kailangan malaman natin at that moment pa lang para hindi siya mag-pile up, mag-compound, and later on, hindi na natin ma-resolve yung problem. Another thing is for super dangerous activities, like for example, this one. So this is an example na ginagamit siya sa ships. And as you know, alam na medyo mainit doon or kaya naman magle-lift ka talaga ng mabigat. So rather than doing it using humans as a subject, so dito gagamit ka na lang ng computer software para gawin niya. So just imagine this implemented in driving. So in driving, paano natin malalaman whether the design of chair, the design of car is actually fitted for the humans? And also, kapag may accidents, hindi natin kaya or at least hindi natin afford na every time magka-crash test tayo with different brand new cars. So why not use simulation para to implement ergonomic analysis para dun sa different cars na yun? By then, makaka-save up tayo ng money, and later on, at least alam natin na when we tested, malapit na tayo sa optimal state. So this is an example of XR Ergo analysis by LS Group. So as you can see, pinapakita natin yung specific task and malalaman natin whether ano ba yung parang effect niya dun sa human. So similar dun sa Rula assessment kanina, there are different pointing systems here. And by then, malalaman natin whether tama ba yung posture niya. So this is usually used by systems designer or process systems designer para malaman nila ano ba yung tamang instructions para sa workers nila. Then, given that we have measurement tools, we have simulation tools, now, pwede na rin tayong gumawa ng ergonomic intervention na hindi siya mahirap, like similar dun sa chair kanina and keyboard, but rather really helpful kasi it can adjust on its own. So for example, this exobionic vest, so as you can see, medyo hydraulic system siya, and nagbibigay siya ng extra force dun sa human when lifting, when doing strenuous tasks, or kaya naman parang when doing an activity na medyo kailangan talaga ng support. So this is something na magandang implement because when we are implementing certain tools lang, let's say, for a construction worker, bibigyan mo lang siya ng drill na lighter para kaya niya bit-bitan anywhere. Dito, you're actually implementing thing na parating nasa tao. So anytime na may mangyaring issues or kaya naman may kailangan siyang i-lift na something na mabigat, so hindi na natin kailangan gawa ng pre-assessment. It will be automatically compute with the power of AI, and then by then, makakagawa siya ng right call on ano ba yung effort or level of support na kaya niya ibigay. Next to this is an example of a Panasonic suit. So this was actually implemented in Japan. So just to share, nagkaroon ako ng educational trip dati sa Japan and we saw real time na ginagamit ito ng mga workers. So, the tour guide actually asked us to lift the box and sobrang bigat niya. But when the worker came, sobrang gaan lang. Kaya niyang bitbitin. So, this is the power of intervention tools na pwede nating gawin. So, again, with the power of AI, so ito medyo luma na to. Pero with the power of AI, maybe mas maganda na yung intervention na kaya niya gawin, mas tama yung computation, mas gumagamit siya ng historical data to know whether anong effort na kaya ng specific na tao. And so similar to those na napakita ko na, this is an example of for lower body naman siya. So para siyang nagiging chair. So kaya niya mag-support ng tao and automatic siyang lumalabas kapag kailangan na ng tao or feel na ng system na kailangan ng tao. So this is naman is a shoulder exoskeleton for lifting. As you know, when we do things na medyo nakataas tayo, medyo mahirap siya eh. So ako personally, when lifting, kapag kunwari mag-change ka ng lights, medyo strenuous talaga siya. Pero imagine a worker doing it multiple times in a day. So having an exoskeleton is something na magiging beneficial talaga sa kanya. Kasi it will be supported, yung limbs niya will be supported, lesser strain, so mas higher yung productivity niya. So next, yung isa pa yung ma-unlock ng AI is collaboration. So collaboration in a sense that human can now interact with robots or computers and those robots and computers can actually do some things to supplement yung dapat gawin ng tao. So for example, in car manufacturing businesses, we know na medyo mabigat talaga yung ginagawa nila and it needs high precision. So with high precision, most probably high expertise din. So with the help of AI robots, the system can actually implement things, know what to do, or at least mas magiging safe yung worker. So for example, also in construction machines, having a system na kaya niyang gawin on its own. So kunwari, for example, in this example alone, kaya niyang mag-navigate through on different aspects ng field and kaya niya nang gawin on its own yung dapat ipapagawa ng tao. So bibigyan niya lang ng parent task and siya na bahala. And lastly, yung pinaka-famous, yung Boston Dynamics. So this thing is sobrang famous na parati natin napapanood sa YouTube, di ba? And right now, sobrang dami niya ng utility function. Like, it can be used to scan through yung mga fields of solar panels kasi syempre sobrang init dun. So rather than human, siya na lang. For high-intense work also, yung mga kailangan umakyat sa mga forest, so minsan siya na lang din. And also, medyo mas productive siya kasi at higher rate, kaya niyang gawin yung ginagawa ng tao. So, with those things na nasabi ko, we can now say na this is better. Ergonomics, from a traditional standpoint, nag-work. Pero given the power of AI, the ability of AI to compute things, to do things on its own, or kaya naman to learn from what is happening on its environment, well, it will be better. Pero, what we need to do? Syempre, hindi naman ganun kadali yan. As you know, yung mga present ko, maybe some of them, baka first time nyo lang narinig. Or maybe narinig nyo na, pero you don't know saan sila in-implement. So, the thing that we need to do is to actually supplement the power of AI but with the ability of humans. So, going to the previous example that I have presented earlier, these are things na ginagawa ng consultant, ng ergonomic consultant. So, nagko-compute siya, nagme-measure siya, and everything else. Pero again, nagagawa na siya ng robots eh. So why not let's make the robot or the AI more acceptable to humans? Kasi that is the problem. So, I'll be showing you some issues na makikita nyo sa internet. So with AI, trust gap based on gender age, who is making sure that AI machines aren't racist, AI has a discrimination problem, discrimination, and racial bias. So this is some of the example na narinig natin when we talk about AI. And since AI is now being implemented in ergonomics, and as you know, we are measuring things, there are things na pwedeng lumabas and magkakaroon tayo ng both ethical and moral issues like this one. So in order to supplement the race for AI in ergonomic evolution, our role now is to make it something na mag-a-adopt yung mga tao. Okay? So for example, the phone. Okay? So as you know, phones dati parang gusto natin keyboard, then we shifted to a screen type, tapos ngayon may foldable pa. So maraming nagbabago. And we people, ang goal lang natin is sana magamit natin. Pero para magamit natin, kailangan alam natin kung paano mag-a-adapt yung tao. So another research na ginawa ko dati is why do people actually move from a traditional, let's say, yung gantos, SM, then nag-move sila into e-commerce. So bakit kaya? So this is an thing na kailangan gawin sa ergonomics right now. In order for us to move with the evolution, kailangan alamin natin kung paano i-accept mo ng AI. AI is there. AI is powerful. AI can do a lot of things. But if people doesn't adopt to it, well, walang mangyayari. Sayang naman lahat. So for example, in this research, I determined na, okay, in order for the people to actually use Shopee and Lazada, kailangan trustworthy siya. Kailangan makita nila yung performance nito is better than going to supermarkets or groceries or even malls. So nakita natin that during the pandemic, nagkaroon ng constraints. And because of that, na-highlight yung performance ng ganitong mga things. And then, ang dami nag-adopt. So similar with AI sa ergonomics, this is our goal. Yung mga pinakita kong ergonomic intervention kanina ng mga exoskeleton, the measurement tool or sensors na nandyan, the thing right now is nandun sila pero people doesn't adapt. So ang goal natin is for them to adapt. So we need to learn things, we need to identify ano ba yung gusto ng tao, ano yung kayang gawin with AI. So I want to share another case study that we are working on. So this is Quezon City Kabahagi Center for Children with Disabilities. So this is a center na sinusupport niya yung mga childrens and offers free therapy service. So right now, we are on the process of digitalization. Ang goal namin is to make things easier for people. And although this is an website-based or can man app-based, ergonomics is still there. Because as I defined earlier, ergonomics is actually humans within the system. And the system right now is the website. So this is part of ergonomics that hindi natin masyadong na-appreciate. Pero just imagine designing a system that is being loved by people kasi nagugustuhan talaga nila yung parang how it will function or kaya naman yung ina-offer niyang utility. Well, ma-assure natin na gagamitin niya. Just imagine a government website like this one will have a similar traction with TikTok or Facebook na ginagamit ng lahat ng tao. So our end goal is for it to be useful but also to support a lot of people. So kailangan natin tignan yung ergonomics even though nagpro-progress siya with AI na yung core idea natin is still human and its system. So in order to do that is kailangan din natin mag-implement ng newer methodologies to trigger human as a centerpiece in designing. So one way is to do design thinking. So in design thinking, for example, in one of my engagement, I worked with senior citizens naman and we designed the system para makapag-telehealth or teleconsultation sila. As you know, senior citizen, hindi naman sila ganun ka-adept with technology. Pero the end goal is determining ano ba yung magpapa-adopt sa kanila sa ganitong newer system. And from our study, we determined that mag-a-adopt sila kapag nagagawa pa rin nila yung normal na ginagawa nila in a health center or kaya naman hospital. This is talking with other senior citizens. So it's not about how fluid the video telco will be or kaya naman how smooth the communication line is. It's all about lola and lolo talking with each other or having the ability to mingle around. So ganun yung nalaman namin. So we designed the system. We use AI para mapaganda yung flow of technology and then ginamit nila. So hopefully ganun yung mangyari sa atin kasi ayaw natin that people similar to our lola and lola will have a barrier in using a system na hindi natin ganun siya parang male-leverage on. So the inspiration in this study is actually my lola. Wherein nung pandemic kasi may sakit siya and we feel na hindi niya nakakausap yung mga kausap niya sa labas na dati pwede niyang gawin. Because of the pandemic, she's not allowed to go outside. So anong nangyari, yun, na-feel namin na medyo nalungkot siya. So again, that is still ergonomics. Pero ergonomics in this new AI revolution, we need to implement things na magagamit nila. Hindi yung puro progress lang tayo pero may naiiwan tayong sector. Another thing na pwede nating tignan later on is implementing affective analysis. So this is one of the area of my research right now, and I've learned that people actually use some things because of emotions lang. Hindi siya all about utility, hindi siya all about performance. So just imagine designing an AI system complete with its features, pero it can now relate to people. So in my current work right now, we are actually designing robots for senior citizen. And we are hoping na with the help of emotions, mas hindi sila matatakot using newer technology. And now we can leverage the different sensors available in those robots para ma-implement yung mga different therapies or kaya naman interventions that they actually need. So this is also example of emotions. So now we are designing interfaces, let's say for self-driving cars, for health, for a simple Google search. Dito nile-leverage naman yung color theory, we are leveraging the possessions and everything else to implement a happy emotion or kaya naman para to implement something na mag-trigger ng curiosity sa kanila. So all in all, I can say that when we talk about ergonomics and the line of AI, the future is bright. Nandun na siya eh. AI is there, AI is powerful, AI is everywhere. Pero parati natin tatandaan and yung common connotation kasi when we talk about AI, that humans will be out of the picture. Alam natin yan. Ako personally, parating tinatanong sa akin yan ng mga colleagues ko or even my students. Sir, kapag ba nandun na yung mga tracking software natin, nandiyan na yung mga sensors, mawala na ba ng work yung mga consultant? Well, for me, hindi. This is actually, it's not about replacing humans, but rather empowering them with the tools, with the computing power na available sa atin right now. Rather than being limited yung nasa servicean ng ergonomics, it will now be offered to a lot of people, empowering them using a different app. Pipicturean lang nila, alam nila mali yung posture nila. Pipicturean lang nila, alam nila kung ano ba yung tamang way of lifting things. Videohan nila, malalaman nila na mali pala yung placement ng computer tables, better pala mag-standing desk, maganda dapat yung chair mo para hindi sumasakit yung likod mo. All of that, kaya na natin gawin ngayon. So hindi dapat matakot yung mga tao, or at least yung mga nasa field ng ergonomics that will be replaced. It's actually the other way around. More jobs will be offered, more people will be served, kasi ini-empower tayo ng AI. But remember, this is a thing na magandang sabihin, pero baka hindi madaling gawin. So our reality kasi is bounded with these three. First, meron tayong resource and cost barriers. Hindi natin kayang bilhin yung mga ganong sensors or even that software. Next is yung challenges into human-to-human interaction. There are people that believe human-to-human interaction is the way to go. So with adoption studies or implementing new designs, with the right methodology, malalaman natin kung ano ba yung tamang design para ma-unlock natin to. And lastly, limitations and ethical standards. Hindi natin kayang gawing foolproof lahat. There are different cases na sinasabi nila na AI is there and kaya niyang isell out yung data natin whatsoever. Well, it's there. So ang goal natin is, with all of this reality, masolve natin siya. So ako, nandito ako in the research world aiming to solve this three. So maybe not all, maybe not on its full form, but a little step para ma-solve natin siya. So going back dun sa first question ko, what is ergonomics? Ito naman kasi yung nag-trigger ng lahat ng present ko sa inyo. So after doing the slides, all the experiences na feel ko from the point na naintindihan ko ano ba yung ergonomics up to now, I can now define ergonomics as designing that puts humans at its heart. Kasi it's not about implementing or designing things lang. It should be humans at the center para alam natin na doon gumagalaw lahat. We cannot design something if wala tayong reference point. We cannot design something if wala tayong significance to other, let's say, human. So kailangan nandun sila sa gitna, nandun sila para alam natin na yung dinedesign natin, there will be a greater significance. So hopefully, after this talk, I know some of you, maybe hindi ito your expertise. Maybe it's the first time you actually heard ergonomics. But I want to share that ergonomics is there. Ergonomics should be a thing, and ergonomics should be understood as something that should be placed at the middle of designing. So that's all. That's my talk. So thank you for listening. Hopefully, yon may naintindihan naman kayo. And if ever you want to connect with me with my research, or if you want to ask questions, these are my socials. Thank you.
There we go. Thank you so much, Dr. Ezekiel Bernardo, for that very awakening talk. Ano? So very, very relevant as in, since AI is now very present sa ating daily, day-to-day activities. Even me as a head of creatives na Aztec Space Academy, I myself is using the AI technology to produce some graphics visually, which is very, very helpful. Ano? So right now, the question and answer segment of our Alpha TV is now open. So if anyone has kung meron kayong question regarding the topic, feel free to type in your questions sa ating chat box. Also, feel free to open your microphone if you have question. Come on guys, wag na kayong mahiya. Check ko rin sa ating YouTube, sa ating team YouTube if meron silang questions. Again, you may type in your questions sa ating chat box or simply open your microphone and raise your question. Ayan, ito, bueno mano, Dr. Ezekiel. Question is, how can we effectively persuade management to integrate AI into ergonomic practices?
Okay, that's a good question. And actually, that is a question being imposed to me every time I work with different organizations. So, actually, yung common way na ginagawa ko is to show up not yung system, but rather what it offers. So, for example, in one of my engagement, nag-formulate kami ng tool para madali nilang malaman whether it's strenuous to the workers. So, at first, ang ginawang implementation plan ng team ko is to actually present the system from sino ba yung gumawa ng system, ano yung parang necessary resources na kailangan mong bilhin para ma-measure to, yung mga sensors and everything. Then, naisip ko na, well, it won't work kasi yun nga yung problem eh. Nagbibigay ka ng something na una, mukhang hindi cost-effective. Second, mukha siyang something na irrelevant naman kasi, well, we can do manual work naman on everything, diba? So, ang ginawa namin is rather than showing up ano ba yung system, we show up with the improvements. So, pinakita namin that in this solution alone, masosolve natin yung parang common issues nila sa process nila. So, yung lifting kasi, parang lifting kasi siya. So, masasabi natin na, okay, there will be no lifting issues na kasi ma-alert yung worker na mali pala yung lifting habits niya. So, from then, naniwala yung company or kaya naman yung management na, okay, maganda pala siya. Then, doon lang namin ni-reveal yung solution. That the solution is actually buying the sensor or kaya naman implementing this computational power doon sa system para ma-solve natin yung issue. So, I believe, hindi natin kailangan i-show up yung pinaka-AI system, but rather, ipakita natin ano yung magiging benefit niya later on. So, yun. Hopefully, yun. Maka-help yun.
Yes, I totally agree with that. No, of course, we have to present kung ano na ba yung use ng ating technology right now, and hopefully, it can improve sa ating mga gawain sa, for example, sa company or sa school. Doc, another one question from Angela. Ask ko lang po, paano i-validate ang REBA or REBA? Kasi po, our capstone project is automated ergonomics. Ang gagamit po kami ng REBA. And
Okay.
gumagamit po kami ng Reba.
Okay. So, I'm not totally sure on the context of the question, pero Reba kasi is a tool, similar din sa pinasend ko kanina sa slides ko, that you need to measure some things, then plug it dun sa worksheet, then magko-compute ka. So, well, in typical fashion kasi, when you are implementing new things, kailangan mo lang humanap ng reference data. So, this can be, for example, try doing it or solving it at first muna na manual, then i-compare mo siya dun sa automated system mo. So there will be a hit point. So kunwari parang 90% correct ka, 80% correct ka. So with different data sets. So siguro hanap ka na maraming data sets. Then i-compute mo lang 'yon. So minsan hindi natin siya mape-perfect, 'di ba? There will be point of error pa rin kasi. Pero at least alam mo yung reliability measure na kayang gawin ng automated system mo. So yan. If you want to learn about that, well, you can email me. Okay? So pwede ko namang i-share yung further ideas regarding that.
All right, thank you for that. Any other question, guys? Tahimik ang ating team YouTube. Ayan, ito. Another question from Jomar. Question is, what other aspects of AI ergonomics can further be known and studied in the particular application of aircraft design and manufacturing? What new project innovations are underway that are currently done by Airbus and Boeing in applying AI ergonomics? Ang dami, and how will the autopilot built or how will the autopilot built in planes can be technically better?
Okay. Actually, I'm not totally parang 100% sure on the current things that are happening with the aircraft system. Pero upon my research previously, well, ergonomics is a big thing sa kanila. Okay? Siguro tignan natin siya not on the aircraft itself, but rather maintaining the aircraft. Doon mas lalong nag-work yung ergonomics. So in one particular case study kasi, meron silang na implementing ergonomic intervention sa workers could actually parang have a better service reliability ng airplanes. Kasi syempre, just imagine, doing the manual work, kunwari lang, doing the manual work like measuring things, medyo strain siya and it will be highly subjective. With advanced AI ergonomic tools, let's say, kunwari, yung nagle-left sila, kunwari lang, basic ganun. Or kaya naman on the measurement, doing computational parang thing, knowing whether may kailangan bang palitan or hindi. So, mas nagiging efficient siya. So, another thing na parang pinaka-recent lang is, yun nga, yung sa autopilot system niya. So, actually, it's not about the system when we talk about ergonomics, but rather how the pilot will understand anong ginagawa ng system. That is one of the field that I'm researching on, which is yung explainability. So in this one, although AI kasi can do a lot of things, it is considered as a black box. Hindi natin ma-explain yung ginagawa niya, pero alam natin yung output niya. So with explainability kasi, the goal is to, by the term itself, explain what is happening. So in autopilot system, it's the same thing. It will do its thing, papaliparin niya yung airplane, pero hindi niya ma-explain bakit ganito yung altitude, bakit nag-turn ka, bakit ganun. So, yung field of ergonomics doon is more of a explainability, understanding what is happening. Maybe through a visualization tool like meron kang screen tapos ina-explain niya. Or kaya naman different cues like verbal or kaya naman mga alert system like colors, vibration, tactiles, and whatsoever. So, yan.
Yes, ayan nga. Since we are in the world we are in the time na meron na tayong mga driverless cars and also train, siguro very soon na yung ating pilotless planes. So any other question, guys, before we
As for main question lang sa akin, dalawa.
sure,
So,
go ahead
I
po.
can see it through na nag-direct message kasi sa akin. So yung
Okay.
isang question niya is, considering that AI is now in ergonomics, what do you think will be the way for the government to actually take a look on it? So yung sa question na yun will be similar to the other thing. So kailangan mo lang talaga i-present yung benefits. Kasi same with other system naman. It's not totally unique with AI ergonomics or anything all about AI. It's a universal idea na kailangan i-present mo yung benefit kasi. kapag hindi mo na-present yung benefit and you're just implementing something because of its name, parang sinabi mo, advance kasi yung AI, well, hindi natin siya masosolve. Okay? Wala tayong magagawang tama doon. Okay? So, look on the benefits rather than it being a fantastic word na maniniwala sila kasi AI. So, in continuation to that, yung isang question is, ayun, okay. Sige. So, yung question niya, medyo mahaba, pero yung main idea is, so are there any innovations you are working right now that you feel will be helpful in the Philippine setting? So as mentioned earlier, meron kaming study na ginagawa right now that is actually implementing an ergonomic assessment, automated ergonomic assessment for Filipino workers. So bakit hindi natin pwedeng gamitin basta-basta yung in-implement na ibang countries? So if you're familiar with machine learning or any particular computing system, kung ano yung feed mong data, yun yung i-compute niya. So, kunwari, nag-feed ka ng data for Western people, wherein matatangkad sila, diba? So, alam natin that the data that it will produce is best fitted for them. So, yung ginagawa namin is actually looking for a way na malaman ko ano may mga job sectors sa Philippines. And from then, gagawa kami ng parang dataset na ito yung gagamitin natin to identify whether tama ba yung measurement for Filipino people. So yun, if you want to learn more about that, well, you can email me or message me. Tapos yun, I can share you ano ba yung mga findings namin.
All right, there we go. Thank you so much. So again, we only have a few minutes left. And of course, I would like to take this opportunity once again to thank you, our guest for tonight. Once again, Dr. Ezekiel, thank you. Thank you so much on behalf of ASEC's PH Academy for taking this time, to be with us. Of course, it's Friday bukas. Before tayo mag-rest day, pinili niyong makasama kami and the rest of our audiences tonight. Thank you po once again. And we're kind of full house. Marami po kayong audience impact talaga. We are almost 100 and also around 20 YouTube viewers in addition to our full room sa ating Zoom. And all right, again, thank you once again, Dr. Ezekiel Bernardo, for that very insightful talk. And hopefully we'll see you again sa future episodes pa ng Alpha TV. Thank you once again.
Thank you.
All right. And before we end this session, and please, I'm going to be posting the evaluation form right after some few reminders and commercials, and that will be that serves as your attendance to get your e-certificates to all of our participants. All right. Thank you, Doc Ezekiel, and I'll be now. Once again, this episode is made possible with our partners, IXL, 2OS, and Startup PH Podcast PH. Follow us in our social media accounts, ASLEX PH Academy, at www.aslexph.com. And just some few advertisements here. We're offering online courses. You can check our next run for our Lean Six Sigma Yellow Belt Certification Program. Ayan, nakikita nyo sa right side ng yung screen ang mga upcoming dates where you can join us to participate and get your certification. So aside from that, we also have our Project Management Fundamental Certification, our Green Belt Certification Program. We also have Alpha Certified Kaizen Professional and our Certified Data Analyst. And the Black Belt, we're going to be announcing the next date for our Black Belt certification. Please stay tuned to our official Facebook account. And also we have a self-paced program. So this one, the difference is hawak niyo yung oras niyo when taking these courses. So this is a self-paced. So whenever you have free time, feel free to continue kapag nag-start na kayo sa program. So you can take these courses day by day or at your convenient date and time. So ayan yung mga list ng aming self-paced courses. And aside from that, there's a bunch of free courses that you may take advantage of sa ating website. Just visit www.aspexph.com. So here's a rundown of our free courses na ino-offer namin. Again, this is free of charge. So kung ako sa inyo, instead of watching Netflix, or if you have free time, why not learn something new and be continuously significantly better with our free courses. And yan, sa ating website. And the ongoing promotion to our premium courses is ongoing pa. So join us a group of 5 and pay only for 4. Ayan. And also, ASIC Speech Academy is now partnered with Bill Ease. So we make your payment very accessible to you guys by this is a 25% down payment only, and you can stretch the payment through an installment up to 12 months. Ayan. Aside from that, also, ASIC Speech Academy are looking for partners and ambassadors. And calling the attention of our Alpha alumni. Ayan, so we have a Facebook page dedicated to our Alpha alumni. So sometimes we post their mga exclusive contents para sa inyo, sometimes discount, minsan naman mga free courses also. So please visit and join our Facebook page. So here's the evaluation link, guys. So again, to get your e-certificate, you have to answer the evaluation form. I'm going to be posting this also sa ating chat box, so you can just click, or you can scan the link and to access the evaluation form. And the e-certificates will be sent to your email. Give us at least 4 to 5 days to get your certificates. Again, thank you so much to all our participants for tonight. And thank you for your time. And see you again next week for another episode of Alpha TV, making you significantly better. This has been Roel, your host. And good night, everyone. Happy weekend.